Brian De Palma's Body Double gets a 4K Steelbook announcement from Sony. Criterion unveils their new October slate, including Gummo on 4K. The Columbia Classics Volume 5 4K box set has been officially announced by Sony. Imprint has unveiled their October announcements, including a Blair Witch Project double pack on Blu-ray. Wind River gets a 4K Steelbook announcement from Lionsgate. Cowboys and Aliens gets a 4K announcement from Kino Lorber, but where's the HDR and Dolby Vision? And it looks like it's going green once again as Twisters gets a 4K Blu-ray and 4K Steelbook announcement from Universal. All this and more in the latest physical media report. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, we are here for the Physical Media Report, episode 221. That is right, guys, your weekly dose of physical media goodness, where we talk about everything new and exciting in the world of 4K and Blu-ray. And look, it's a pretty exciting week for announcements. I got a lot of really cool stuff to talk about today. We're going to go into the news and announcements, some new stuff that's been announced. We've got deals to talk about. We've got what is new this week. Just a smorgasbord of new physical media content for you to enjoy here today. But before we get into it, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk about physical media on this channel, guys. Blu-rays, 4Ks, owning the movies that you love, all that stuff there behind me every single day. So if you like that kind of stuff, that kind of content, hit that subscribe button. Also hit that like button. And then comment down below, guys, if everything that we go over here today, what are you the most excited about? What are you the most amped up for? And what gets those juices flowing the most? Let me know in that comment section below. And let's just get into it, guys. Let's start with the news and announcements. And the announcement that gets my juices flowing the most is Brian De Palma's Body Double coming to 4K in the form of a nice 4K Steelbook coming out from Sony on September the 24th. This has HDR. It's got Dolby Vision. It's got Dolby Atmos. It's got newly added archival interviews with Brian De Palma and Melody Griffiths. So I guess these haven't been released on anything else before, but they are older interviews. We have the Relax music video by Frankie Goes to Hollywood, which I know from the movie Zoolander, but it is in Brian De Palma's Body Double as well. And other archival features will be included, I imagine, from the previous releases from Indicator, and also Sony has Blu-ray releases of this movie. But I love this movie, guys. This is honestly, it's up there. It's probably not my favorite Brian De Palma film. That's probably Carrie, Scarface, Carlito's Way. Those would probably make up the top three, but it's definitely my favorite of his more like stylistic noir films. Alfred Hitchcock inspired movies, definitely. It's definitely a riff off of Rear Window, but it does it in a completely different way. It's very unique. It has such a stylistic substance to it as well, and great performances throughout. And I think this movie's going to look phenomenal on 4K. Now, I will address the fact that this is only getting a Steelbook because historically on this show, on this channel, I usually have a problem with that. And look, I still have a problem with it here. That's really not changing. But I will say in this particular case, I don't have this movie on physical media at all. I do not have this movie on 4K. I think the original poster for this movie looks great on a Steelbook. So I really like the Steelbook, and I'm 100% getting the Steelbook. If they had a standard edition, I probably wouldn't get it. I probably would get the Steelbook. But still, again, guys, I understand it's the collector's market, and these studios are really pushing these collector's editions because that's who they think is collecting nowadays. But I would still ask, I would still beg these studios to release two different versions. Give us some options because not everybody wants to spend $35, $40 on a collector's edition Steelbook when they could just pay $25, $26 to get a regular standard 4K. Maybe they just want the movie in 4K. They don't care as much about the packaging. So give us options, Sony. Please give us options. Paramount's doing this a lot as well, only releasing these Steelbooks. So that is a negative still in my mind, even though with this particular movie, this particular Steelbook, I would want to get the 4K Steelbook. But guys, I love this movie. I think the artwork's incredible. The interior artwork looks amazing, and it just looks like a great release. And I'm so excited to see this movie on 4K. I think it's going to look absolutely amazing. So let me know if you're excited for Body Double on 4K in that comment section below. We also have The Stand Season 1 getting a Blu-ray Steelbook. This is a Paramount Walmart exclusive collaboration, and this comes out on September the 24th. Gotta be honest, I've never seen the show. Like, maybe it's great, but I was kind of hoping, because I don't have this movie in the collection yet, and I do remember watching it when I was a kid. I was kind of hoping it was the TV miniseries that was getting a Blu-ray Steelbook, but it's the TV show. And let me know in the comment section below, am I missing out? Is it a good TV show? I don't know if it had any more than one season. I feel like it only had one season, The Stand. And I will say The Stand, I think, is Stephen King's biggest, thickest book. So it probably does lend itself better to a TV show than it does a movie. Even though the original movie was kind of a TV show, it was a TV miniseries. But so let me know if that show's any good. Am I sleeping on it? Should I get this Steelbook added to the collection and watch that show at some point? Let me know in the comment section below. We also got the Criterion October announcements. This is honestly a little baffling to me, and I get it. These do have kind of a scary horror tinge to them, I guess, but it's not like last year. I feel like they went full horror with their announcements last year, and it's October. I would expect to have more spooky titles on 4K, on Blu-ray from the Criterion Collection, and there's definitely those titles here. It's just I'm not too familiar with most of these titles, except for one, and I wouldn't classify that as horror, as spooky, as anything like that, and that is Gummo on 4K. It is coming to the Criterion Collection on October the 22nd. This is a native 4K with Dolby Vision, HDR. It's got a new interview with the director Harmony Korine as well, which I just talked about. One of his films, Trash Humpers, got an Umbrella Blu-ray box set release, but I know there's people that are excited about this. There's people that flipped their lids when this was announced, but me personally, like, I don't care about Gummo. I don't really know too much about it other than it exists and people are excited to get it. I don't think it had a Blu-ray though. I think this is a DVD to 4K and Blu-ray upgrade, so maybe that's why it sparked so much excitement, but it's still not a cool, like, this would have been a cool, like, November announcement, December announcement maybe, but in October, like, I just expect something like the Others or the Freaks box set they released last year, Don't Look Now. They had a lot of great Videodrome they did last year as well, a lot of great horror titles they did last year, spooky titles, and this year it's Gummo on 4K. It's just disappointing to me personally, but I have heard people say this is one of the best Criterion slates of the year. So who am I? I'm just a regular dude that's not too familiar with all these classic films, obscure films, I guess. So that's where the disconnect comes from, I guess. But Gummo on 4K, guys, October the 22nd. Are you excited for that? Let me know in the comment section below. We also got I Walked with a Zombie and The Seventh Victim, and these are two movies from 1943, and these look like horror films. They're just movies I'm not, like, too familiar with, but I did hear some excitement for these movies. These come out on October the 8th. They're native 4Ks, and yeah, they look cool. I mean, maybe I'll get them at some point, and it's cool they're putting out some older films on 4K. I do think that's always awesome when they do that stuff, and I think they're black and white films, and black and white always looks amazing in 4K. So I'm sure Criterion's going to do a good job, and maybe I'll get this set at some point, but I can't say I'm very excited about it. We also have Demon Pond coming to 4K on October the 15th. Not too familiar with this as well. I think it's a Japanese horror film, and I think this one's from like the 50s or 60s, so cool. I guess Demon Pond on 4K. And then we've got Pandora's Box, which is a very iconic movie from the 20s. This is coming out on October the 15th. Not a 4K, but a new 2K restoration with this one. So we got 4 new Criterion releases. We got 3 4Ks, and we got 1 Blu-ray coming out in the month of October. But I just can't, am I the only one? I just can't help feeling the feeling of disappointment with these Criterion announcements. Let me know if I'm alone in the comment section below. We also have Twisters, guys, which is the new movie that came out in the theaters this weekend. It's already got a bunch of physical media announcements to talk about, so let's get into it. This is actually releasing from Universal. It's not releasing from Warner Brothers, so I guess somewhere along the line, the Twister IP switched studios. I don't know exactly how that happened, but it did, I guess. We got Twisters coming out from Universal. We got a 4K pre-order up, and I will link all the pre-orders, guys, down below in the description. If you're interested in any of those, definitely hit those links. I would appreciate it for sure. We've got deals I'm going to be talking about soon as well. I'll link all that stuff down below in the description. So Twisters is getting a 4K. It's getting a Blu-ray, obviously. No official release date for it yet, but we also have a Walmart 4K Steelbook as well, which actually looks pretty damn awesome. The only problem is the price right now on Walmart.com for this Steelbook is $55. And that's what I'm talking about, guys, with these Steelbooks. And we've got options here. We got a 4K, we got a Blu-ray. So I don't have to get the Steelbook, but it looks really cool. But it's like, damn, $55 for a Steelbook. Now, I can only hope that price is going to go down as we get closer to release date. But it is a really cool looking Steelbook for sure. It's just at that price, I'm definitely not ordering that. But Twisters, guys, let me know if you saw it. I'm planning on seeing it today. I'm filming this on a Sunday. So I'm very excited to see it, though, because I've been hearing great things, and I'm such a fan of the original. So definitely super excited to check this movie out in the theaters today and own it eventually on physical media. So let me know if you are in the comments section below. We also got the Columbia Classics Volume 5 4K box set. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but it's been officially announced from Sony to come out on October the 1st. The pre-order is up right now currently on Amazon, like I said. I will link it down below, but it's going for $215.99. So I can only hope that price drops down before release date. But if you remember, guys, I played that game with Volume 4. I pre-ordered it at about that price, and I waited all the way to the end, all the way to release date, and I ended up getting it, but it cost me $215.99. And then a couple of days later, they lowered the price, or maybe it was a week or so later, they lowered the price to like $140. So I guess the moral of the story is it's not always good to pre-order from Amazon and wait till the last second and see if they drop that price. Maybe just pre-order it and then keep your eye on it. And if it doesn't lower within 2 days of release, then just go ahead and cancel it and then reorder it after it actually comes out and lowers that price down. Because I don't feel like we're going to have to worry about Volume 5 selling out, especially when you consider the movies that are in this box set are not the most popular films for sure. But all the 4Ks in this set do include HDR and Dolby Vision, and all of these movies, with the exception of All the King's Men, include Dolby Atmos as well. So Sony went all out for the restorations for all these. But let's go ahead and get into the movies and the details for all these, because they got new features and new commentaries attached to them as well. We got All the King's Men with a new commentary and a making of featurette on that release. We got On the Waterfront with a 4K and 3 different aspect ratios. So there's 3 different versions of this movie on 4K with 3 different aspect ratios. And we got 2 new featurettes as well. So that one has a Criterion, so they're adding features, and I think that they're porting over some of the existing features from the Criterion collection as well. So definitely, I feel like the definitive version of On the Waterfront will be in this set right here. We have A Man for All Seasons, which has a new featurette as well. We have Tootsie, which has a new audio commentary and a past 3-part making of. We got The Age of Innocence from Martin Scorsese, and this is all archival stuff. There is nothing new included in this. So definitely kind of disappointing, because it feels like Scorsese is willing to come back and do interviews from the Criterion Collection for his movie. So why wouldn't he come back and do an interview for Sony for The Age of Innocence? So don't really get that. Should have a new interview with Martin. We also got Little Women as well, that has a new commentary and a new conversation with Greta Gerwig and actress Saoirse Ronan as well. So good to have the director come back and talk about her film as well. So I like some of these movies in this box set. Like, I like Tootsie. I like Little Women. I haven't seen On the Waterfront yet, but I definitely want to check that out. The Age of Innocence, I'll definitely watch at some point, because it's Martin Scorsese and I want to see all his films at some point. But I just don't feel like this one pops. To be honest, like with the titles in this, it's honestly on par with Volume 3. It's on par with Volume 3, but honestly, I feel like it's maybe the weakest lineup that the Sony Columbia Classics Volume 5 has ever had. I know there'll be people that disagree with me there, but I don't feel like there'll be a lot of people that disagree with me there. But let me know if you're excited for this box set, though, guys. I'll definitely get it, because I am a collector. I have the other 4, and I have to get this one at some point. But I will wait until this one drops down below 100 before I pull the trigger on it, because the Volume 3 box set, which is what I think this one is kind of like, is currently $73 right now on sale on Amazon. So that thing never sold out, and it came out 2 years ago. So I don't think this one's going to sell out either. I think it's going to be one of those box sets that drops down in price in the years to come. So I'm not going to worry about this one. I'm going to wait till it drops, and then I'll pick it up. But let me know what you think about the Columbia Classics Volume 5 box set in that comment section below. Let's go ahead and get into Cowboys and Aliens is coming out on 4K. This is a Jon Favreau film. You got Daniel Craig. You got Harrison Ford in this movie. I've never seen this movie. It came out in the theaters, and the posters just made it look horrible. I just had no interest in seeing this movie at all. I didn't know it was directed by Jon Favreau at the time. I don't think that would have changed anything. It just didn't look good to me. The trailers didn't look good. So I never went to the theaters to check this one out. Never watched it on home video. This one's coming out from Kino Lorber on September the 17th. We have 2 cuts included in this release, and we got tons of past interviews and making of. So there's a lot of features on here. There's lengthy interviews with the director and the actors. I think Harrison Ford did an interview on here, but none of this stuff is new. It's all past stuff. So I guess they did this stuff for the past Blu-ray release when it came out. So Cowboys and Aliens coming out on 4K. Here's the thing with this one though. It is a native 4K. It's a native 4K, but it does not have HDR or Dolby Vision. So before anybody could jump all over Kino Lorber about this, though, they did put out a statement on X. Actually, I think they commented on their post of this, and they basically just said that, look, we could not get it to look right with the Dolby Vision and the HDR. We tried to take the Dolby Vision off, and it still looked wonky with the HDR. So we just removed both of it, and at that point, it was either we remove the HDR and Dolby Vision, or we don't put this out on 4K at all. So they decided to put it out on 4K without the HDR and Dolby Vision. So I appreciate that explanation. Like, it does suck to not have the HDR and the Dolby Vision, but if they truly couldn't get it to work and look right, like the last thing they want, especially with all this stuff now with the Jaws AI going around, everybody just getting upset about the way 4Ks look. I feel like people are very quick to just jump and pounce on a 4K for a variety of reasons. I understand not wanting to do it. It's like, look, let's just say we can't get it to look right. We don't want to put it out like this, and then it looks all wonky and everybody's reviewing it like crap. So I get it. Put it out without the HDR, the Dolby Vision, add an explanation, just let people know. And we still got the movie in 4K. It's still going to look extra sharp, extra crystal clear, crispy, whatever you want to say. It's still going to look good. It's just not going to have that HDR, Dolby Vision enhancement. So I do appreciate that explanation by Kino Lorber, because a lot of studios and labels, they would just put it out and they wouldn't even want to provide or care to provide any sort of explanation. So at least Kino Lorber is providing that explanation. I respect that. They made that statement on X with the post if you want to go check it out. But this thing has reversible cover art and all that stuff as well. So looks like a really solid release from Kino Lorber. Now, I will say that if it doesn't have those extra bell and whistles, if it doesn't have extra features, I would say let that be reflected in the price as well. Like, maybe drop this one down to like 22, 23 bucks on your website. Just drop it down just a little bit. If you couldn't add this stuff, I think that would be appreciated with the fans for sure. But let's get into Arcane Season 1. This was announced by Shout Factory. This is a 4K Steelbook and a standard Blu-ray, and a Blu-ray Steelbook was also announced as well. And this comes out on October the 8th, so I don't usually discuss anime a lot on this channel, but the significant thing about this release is that this is a Netflix original, so it shows that we are getting some Netflix originals on physical media. It's just very few and far between. So I thought that this was interesting because it shows that Netflix is willing to work with studios and boutique labels to put certain things out on physical media where they hold other things. So I really hope in the future, though, that Netflix just kind of changes their mindset and starts putting some of their original stuff out on physical media, because I think there's money to be made there. Maybe not do it right away. Wait 2-3 years. Have that exclusivity on your streaming service and then put it out on physical media. I think that would be pretty damn cool if they did that kind of stuff. But Arcane Season 1, Netflix original, now it's getting a physical release, 4K and Blu-ray. And from what I hear, it wasn't even streaming on 4K. So this is going to be the first time you're able to watch the show on 4K. So let me know if you're excited for that in the comment section below. We also have a Batman 85th anniversary 10-movie 4K animated collection coming out from Warner Brothers on September the 10th. This includes stuff like Mask of Phantasm, Long Halloween. I'm not going to, Hush, I think, Batman Hush. I'm not going to go into all the titles here. It's 10 Batman animated films. What I thought was interesting, though, is they're calling this the 85th anniversary edition. And I don't think there's a movie in this set from 85 years ago. So it's not like a comprehensive animated collection of the Batman films. It feels like it just starts with Mask of the Phantasm and works its way up through all the recent animated movies. But it is a Batman, I think Batman Year One's in this set as well. It's a bunch of the Batman stuff, the DC animated stuff that I just don't get too into. But it is a really nice looking box set. It's pretty pricey. I think it's right now going for pre-order for like over $200. So again, hopefully that price drops down before the actual release date. But let me know if you're excited for the Batman 85th anniversary 10 movie 4K animation collection in the comment section below. Now guys, we got another announcement that I'm super excited about personally, and I've been calling this one for a long time. I think for over 2 years. They announced Hell or High Water 4K Steelbook from Lionsgate back in May of 2022, I believe. And I said this would be a great one to do, and Lionsgate owns it, so why not do this one? But Wind River is getting that 4K Steelbook treatment from Lionsgate. It's a Walmart exclusive on September the 10th. And this artwork is almost exactly how I imagined it should and would look like. It's great. It's beautiful. I love it. So I will 100%, even if it costs me like $45, which is what Lionsgate Steelbooks are going for right now under the Walmart umbrella, I'll get this one for sure. I'm not big into collecting the Lionsgate Steelbooks anymore because they're just way too expensive, and I don't feel like paying that kind of money for Steelbooks anymore, guys. I just don't. That's what made the Lionsgate Steelbook so attractive back in the day. It was an affordable price. It was a good price. It had a slipcover. It had great artwork, and it just kind of drew me back into Steelbooks. And now that they're like $40-something, I'm just done with it. I'm done with it unless they release one that I really want, like Wind River. But it's another issue, guys, because this is looks to be a Steelbook only 4K release, and Wind River does not have a 4K at all. So this is a first time on 4K release for Wind River. And as of right now, it does not have any kind of slipcover announcement. So hopefully Lionsgate puts out a 4K slipcover version of Wind River so people that don't want the Steelbook don't have to get it. Again, options, guys. We want options. Studios, boutique labels, we want our options with these releases. Quit forcing us to pay the highest premium price to get these titles on 4K UHD. But let me know if you're excited for Wind River on 4K. It's a great movie, guys. It's got Elizabeth Olsen's in this film and Jeremy Renner. So it's got Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch in this film. And it was right like in the middle of their Marvel MCU run as well. But it's a crime thriller movie. It's also got John Berthal in it as well, who's a great actor. And it's just a great movie. It has great cinematography. It's directed by the guy who wrote Sicario and Hell or High Water, Ty Sheridan. So, and also involved with the Yellowstone TV show. Very good movie, very solid movie, and I'm excited to get that movie on 4K because I think it's going to look amazing. So let's go ahead and get into the Imprint October announcements. These are all available on October the 30th. So I kind of broke these down in depth. I did a special video over the weekend because I thought these are some really good announcements. And to be honest, like I think this is one of the best slates of announcements that I've seen out of a boutique label in 2024 so far. Like this is a really cool announcement, and this is what I'm talking about. Coming out in October titles, horror titles, getting into the theme of the month, getting physical media horror fans excited for these releases. But we have the Suspiria 2018 4K box set, which looks incredible. It's got 2 cases in it. It's got a disc with all kinds of special features and stuff on it. And I love this movie, guys. I think it's a great horror remake of the original 1977 Dario Argento classic. So, and I think the movie's going to look great on 4K. It's got an overseas 4K, but it doesn't have a 4K in the States. So I am definitely looking to import this one for sure. It looks amazing. So Suspiria 4K box set. It's all available to pre-order right now on Imprint, but Diabolic DVD has put out a statement saying that they will be getting this stuff into pre-order this week. So keep your eye out for that. But Suspiria 4K box set, super excited for that. We also have Blair Witch 2 film set, the Blair Witch 2 film set, sorry guys, with the original Blair Witch Project, and also Book of Shadows is included in this as well. Would have been nice if they included the remake, but having Book of Shadows on Blu-ray is definitely significant. It does not have a Blu-ray release, so this is the first time on Blu-ray. The one thing to watch out for though is this is going all over social media right now, all over X. People are saying that Second Sight is apparently working on a Blair Witch set as well. So if Second Sight ends up announcing a Blair Witch set, you may want to get that one instead of the Imprint one. It's just something to keep an eye out for, but definitely intriguing to me and makes me take pause because I like Imprint and all, but you know, Second Sight is top tier when it comes to packaging, guys. So yeah, that's coming out. We also got the Antichrist, which is the Italian ripoff of The Exorcist, is being included in this slate as well. We got Superstition, which sounds like a really cool supernatural slasher film. We also got Death Valley, which I actually heard some decent things about this one. And we also have the directed by Roman Polanski box set, including Bitter Moon, Death and the Maiden, The Ninth Gate, and Wanted and Desired, which is a Roman Polanski documentary. So really cool Roman Polanski box set. More of his horror-themed movies from the 90s are included in this set. So really great slate though, guys. It's coming out from Imprint in October. If you're excited for any of those titles, let me know in the comments section below. All right, guys, that's all the announcements. Let's go ahead and get into the deals. So we currently have the Kino Lorber sale going on, but it ends today, guys. The Kino Lorber summer sale, spring into summer sale, ends today. So if you want to stock up on any of the Kino Lorber sale titles, definitely take part in that sale today. I will link it down below. We also have the Criterion 50% off Barnes & Noble sale that ends on July the 28th, which I think is next Sunday. So that's going to be ending soon as well. You only have this week to stock up on your cheap Criterion titles. We also have several sales still going on Amazon right now. Now keep in mind that I am recording this a full day early, so it's very possible that some of these sales will go away. It's also possible that there will be new sales, and I will also try to link those down below in the description. But we have the Resident Evil 4K Steelbook set right now currently going for $94.47. So really good price for 6 4K Steelbooks for sure, even though the movies aren't the best, but they are 6 4K Steelbooks. We also had the Mummy 4K set for $26.99. Really good price for that. Man of Steel on 4K, the one directed by Zack Snyder, coming out for $11.99. We also have Dune Part 2 on 4K for $24.99. We have the Hitchcock Volume 2 4K box set for still a great price. All those box sets were on sale during Prime Day, but this is got on sale right now currently for $34.99. To be honest, that's 5 4Ks in that set for $34.99. Really good price for that. I think that's $7 per 4K, and they're all really good movies. We also got Parasite on 4K for $9.94. We got the Columbia Classics, like I stated earlier, Volume 3 set for $72.97. We got the Dark Knight 4K Trilogy for $37.99. We got Transformers 4K Steelbook, so that entire 4K Steelbook set, guys, I think this is the lowest I've ever seen it, is available right now for $77.49. We also got the Color Purple on 4K for $12.99. We got Training Day on 4K for $12.99. The Mask of Zorro 4K Steelbook for $18.17. And we have the Fifth Element on 4K for $13.95. But that's the deals. Let's go ahead and jump into what is new this week. This is actually a really good release week for physical media, led by Jaws 3 and Jaws the Revenge getting 4K releases from Universal. Now there's multiple options to get these guys on 4K, and there's multiple places to get these with varying price points. You can get the standard 4Ks on Amazon for $29.49, but on Groove, they are $24.99, so a little bit cheaper on Groove. You can also get the Steelbooks for $39.15 on Amazon, but on Groove, they are cheaper at $29.99. You can also get the 3-pack 4K set for $73.99, but on Groove, guys, they are $59.99. So look, guys, I like to promote Groove wherever possible because they offer better deals sometimes, and I think you all should know about it. So for the Jaws 3 and Jaws the Revenge 4Ks, if you want those, despite all the AI controversy, which we dove into yesterday with Jaws 3, if you want those, guys, get on Groove to get them because that's where the better prices are. We also have Risky Business coming out on 4K from the Criterion Collection for $34.99. Also getting a Blu-ray release for $27.99. We also have The Fall Guy coming out from Universal on 4K for $29.99. Also getting a Blu-ray for $24.99 and a 4K Steelbook for $34.98. We have Arcadian coming out on Blu-ray, which is a Nicolas Cage post-apocalyptic film coming out from RLJE for $17.59. We have The Lady from Shanghai coming out on 4K from Sony. Really nice slipcover on this one for $33.42. We have The Strangers Chapter 1, guys, coming out from Lionsgate on 4K for $31.12. Also a Blu-ray for $19.96 and a 4K Walmart exclusive Steelbook for $29.96. We have Farewell My Concubine coming out on 4K from Criterion for $34.99. Also a Blu-ray for $19.99. We have Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earth Part 3 from Warner Brothers on 4K for $32.99 and a Blu-ray for $22.96. We also have Halo Season 2 getting a 4K Steelbook from Paramount for $49.95 and also a Blu-ray release for $34.99. We have Anselm coming out on Blu-ray from Criterion for $20.99. We have The Crippled Masters coming out on Blu-ray from Film Masters for $18.59. We have The Linguini Incident coming out on Blu-ray from MVD Visuals for $28.37. We also have Back to Black, the Amy Winehouse story coming out from Universal for $29.98. We have Untouched coming out from Powerhouse Film, for $25.18. We have Confessions of a Serial Killer coming out from Unearthed Films for $26.98. We have The Girl on the Bridge coming out from Kino Lorber for $22.49. Underground Axes coming out from Kino Lorber for $18.59. Ezra coming out from Decal Releasing for $18.29. Soldad Shaw coming out from VCI for $16.99. Nosferatu and Terror of Dracula Double Pack is coming out for $20.77. Ride a Wild Stud is coming out from Dark Force for Entertainment for $24.99. Also, 3 new Paramount Blu-ray re-releases are coming out. The Ruins for $19.98, The Tuxedo for $19.98, and The Boy in the Striped Pajamas for $19.98 as well. And with that, guys, we are done with this week's edition of the Physical Media Report. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel more informed in the world of physical media. Please, if you can, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment down below of everything that we discussed. What are you the most excited about? Turn on those bell notifications for all future videos and follow me on all of my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.